And you see, okay, it started again. What the heck, man? Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. The last video as well, I decided to just post as it had already started recording without me giving the signal. Yeah. Anyways, happy accidents, right? If you're returning, hi guys, it's one of those days, lots of signs I'm gonna share with you. If you're new, every video has a trigger warning. I am your trigger warning, my love, me, because how you perceive me is going to reflect to you what you need to learn. I hope that makes sense, okay? So, I set it up so you guys can see the full table now. Yes, I have a mess because look, I leave my jewelry, some of it here, like the ones I use the most for my readings, and I put on whatever I feel called to as I go called. And I noticed that while I've been doing readings, I feel called to another one, and so I'm just gonna put them on as we go with whatever I feel called to. Things are different here. If you're new, hi, I'm Maria, and my readings are going to be like nothing you've ever experienced, okay? There's a lot of super unique readers out in the world, and if you don't settle for what is first given to you in your options when you begin searching, you'd be surprised what you can find, okay? So today, I've also been drawn to like really smelling this one specifically. This is my eucalyptus. I love the smell of eucalyptus. Reminds me of koalas. I love koalas. They're so cute. Anyways, I got lots of signs already. Where should I start? With which one? I want to do show and tell first. So we're going to start there. I'm going to take these off, but that's what I was saying. I changed my setup so you guys can see the full table, including my little mess, you know. I'll have to figure out, maybe get like a little ring display. Has to have room for lots of rings, a couple of necklaces, and some bracelets. A lot of bracelets, a lot of rings and bracelets. Are you that kind of person? Do you like to wear like... Yeah, I don't know. I just like, and copper, everything has like a different feeling to it. And so I like them. Anyways, maybe you're the same way. Today yesterday actually, but I didn't get them till this morning because they just kept coming up, you know? A moth was definitely caught by something because all that was left was the 4 wings, literally. The other 2 were pretty messed up, but the larger 2, the upper 2, I'm gonna have to move to show you guys because my table's further back now, so everybody can see everything and me, but to like start it and stuff and stop it, like I have to get up and come over here. So look. Okay. And I researched it. For those who are busy and don't have a lot of time and stuff, it's a excuse me, where'd it go? Copaxa sidipe moth of the Saturniids family, a silk moth that originates and then I didn't complete that. I didn't put its point of origin because I realized that the other information that was starting at that point was, what is that? It's called like a subspecies specific, because the Copaxa moth, like say it's from Guatemala, right? That's been coming up a lot lately as well. Say it's from Guatemala, right? And the other Copaxa moths in the same family would be all of the other Hispanic countries, you know? That's the kind of thing. So I didn't put the origination because the one that I was looking at was beautiful. It was yellow, though. It was a different color. And that one, no, I don't know, actually. I was looking, it was the caterpillars. They were like a yellowish. They were so green, they looked yellow. I hope that makes sense. They're beautiful. And they originate in Honduras. So that one, that's why. But you see what I mean? Like it would be like the different countries, you know? Um, but this was clearly not there because I'm in North America, but you know, everything travels. So maybe there's something about point of origin because that stood out when I said that. I also got this really weird squirrel was crossing the road, and so I slowed down. But as I slowed down, the squirrel slowed down, and I'm like, "What are you doing? I am slowing down so you can actually cross." Right? Had I continued at the pace I was going and just monitored and been careful, he probably would have just continued. The little squirrel, he, she, whatever, it, the squirrel, would have kept hippity hoppeting its way across the road. But for whatever reason, my caution aroused caution in the squirrel. So you could be dealing with someone who's skittish, or maybe you're skittish, and when you feel from someone else that they're nervous, you get nervous. It's not you that's nervous. It's not you that's scared. It is not you that is confused or angry. It is the energy around you that is projecting something so hard at you that the feeling is penetrating your auric field and you're feeling it. Somebody here needs to really look into energetic protection because there's a reason why the spell sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words may not hurt me. There's a reason why that was made, okay? Why do you, words, spelling. It's when we speak, everything is vibration, right? If Nikola Tesla, if you pay attention to any of that stuff, you know that he said that when you want to learn the mysteries of the universe or something like that, you have to think in terms of frequency and something or another. Like it has something to do with the numbers 3, 6, and 9 and frequency, that everything is frequency. Matter is just different vibrating at different frequencies. Okay, so it's different energies coming together to form like this or this snail shell that I also found along with the moth wings. How strange is that, right? A moth that got eaten, and right there with it, a little snail shell, which also it has dirt all in it, which means it, you know, it was taken by something, you know, right? So why is that significant? Yes, the number 13, the number of death, but not death in the that you would know that everybody seems to associate it with. Death as in like a resurrection, right? It is, we live many lives in every life because every time you have a life-altering moment or a life-altering situation, you are reborn from that. How you are reborn is determined by what decisions you make. There are no wrong decisions, because if you look at everything that has happened to you, you will realize it had to happen the way that it happened for you to open up your eyes and realize that's why. That's why things happen this way. Oh, that's why they happen that way. And you realize that there really was no other way for it to go, right? Because of how I'm seeing a chessboard, because of how all the pieces were set on the board. Like that was the only move left. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, checkmate. I keep getting checkmate. So that was it. That's the end of that game, right? But this is like, I'm getting like rematch energy, but not rematch. Like this is, it feels like there's an energy that feels it feels like competitive, like some, I don't know why. It's just weird feeling. It's like, oh. if you believe in these things, don't get triggered, okay? I am who I am. You are who you are. I don't judge you. You're free, comfortable, and safe in my presence. Please allow me to be the same, okay? You could look up the 7 deadly sins and the 7 virtues, and then look up the definition of each one of the words. And if you want, you can even search the root of the word, which is quite different many times. And in that way, in searching up the root of the word, a lot of times you can really see what you're trying to be shown, because sometimes something resonates, but the way it is written in English, because of the way the language is set, the spells are all messed up. Okay? And don't get triggered, because I get it. He is greater than I. But someone here could be a witch, okay? And that is their choice. And I'm not judging anybody. So please, if you're on my channel, we don't do that here. We observe, we do not absorb. Whatever you feel about anything you hear or see on my platforms, whether from me or someone that I have not blocked, that means this is neutral territory. We're not going to come at each other. There's not going to be pettiness. There's not going to be catty, okay? It is going to be conversations with civility, okay? And I want to say common sense, because sometimes people need to hear that. And if that triggers you, hey, this video already has a trigger warning, so it's okay. Anyways, let's get back to the sign. So there was something there. That message was, I feel like it was very specific. So if it resonated for you, let me know in the comments below. Moving on to the next one now. The squirrel, right? My caution elevated the caution in the squirrel. So I start braking, and then the squirrel ends up not moving. The car behind me, I look up and I see it, you know, the car coming, and I'm like, great, I've got to start moving because the squirrel's not going to cross. And I was like, well, I don't want to move forward because I don't want to hit it. So I start honking my horn. I knew the sound would scare it, so I just did beep, 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 you know, like just barely, because I didn't want to hurt the squirrel. I just wanted to help it along its path and let it know, hey, it's safe to cross, but you've got to move now. So there's something about that. There's something you need to make a move on now that you've been feeling called to for some. Why did the squirrel cross the road? I don't know. He was trying to get a nut. You know what I'm saying? He's working his way over there for some reason. Okay, so maybe you've seen, maybe you have red squirrels where you're at. Tongue twister. But their color, let me tell you, it was weird, okay? Like that squirrel's color was like these shades right here. I hope you can see that. Those shades up there at the top, the way they all blend together, was like all of them. And it still had some of the gray of a normal color of squirrels where I'm at. So it was very strange. Oh, okay, I guess we're using this deck, because I did want to use an animal deck. And I ended up grabbing this not even knowing what it was, because I usually go, where's my other one? Oh yes, right here, the Spirit of the Oracle. Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed, because I love her stuff. But other decks are wonderful as well, right? And this one, something here is not your usual thing, but it's the right thing. There's something about it for you right now, okay? And don't judge a book by its cover, okay? Just because someone wears a lot of makeup doesn't mean they're insecure. Maybe they just like to fucking play with makeup. That was me when I was younger. Now I don't give a shit and I don't wear it because I don't feel like it. Just because I'm fucking lazy these days. I have a family to run. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have people who depend on me. And let me tell you, when people actually depend on you for that, like, spiritual level support, it's a different from just the physical, because that anybody can do, right? Which is why you see so many people in loveless relationships and loveless marriages for so many years, because they're providing a service for them. Yeah, sure, but they're not, I don't want to say complete, because you are complete in and of yourself, but there's something for you that they are fulfilling that at some point was what you wanted. And now we're always changing. So if you get in a relationship and you realize down the road in that relationship that, yeah, you really weren't realizing who you were, right? And this person's great, but they don't really realize who they are either, because you've been seeing everything about them, right? You learn so much about a person when you're in a relationship with them, or when you're living together. This could be a roommate as well for somebody, right? But whoever this person is, you see, for whatever reason, and this is just an example, but if this happens to be your situation, honey, whatever resonates, whatever calls to you, whatever gives you that little, oh my God, I knew it kind of feeling, go with it, okay? There's a reason, and if that everything happens, right? Everything is divinely orchestrated. And I lost my train of thought. Right, don't judge a book by its cover. Thank you. Don't judge a book by its cover, right? Because everyone is so different, right? You could judge me because of all my rings and my, oh my gosh, she's so messy. Oh my God, look at her. She's so wasteful. She's got her window open and probably has her AC going. Oh my God, look at all those lotions and stuff she had. Oh my God, look, she's got a lipstick right there and she's talking about not liking makeup, but she's got a lipstick right. Oh my God, like, honey, do you have any idea how much shit I can look around in my environment right now and criticize myself to hell and back? I'm not going to. Everything around me right now is here for a reason, and it might just be here for a season, but honey, it's here now and it's getting used. Okay? Maybe there's something that you could have somebody, because somebody feels very fiery right now. So I feel like there's somebody who is like criticizing everything about you, but you clearly see all the things that you could criticize about them, but you don't. You don't, and you don't talk poorly of this person in anyone's presence. Everything is here within you. You are processing things properly within yourself. And this person is the opposite. Everything is externalized. Everything is projected. All right, but yeah, so weird squirrel story, right? And eventually, with me honking, it finally ran out and we kept going, but I felt the pressure. The squirrel felt the pressure. Do you see how we're all connected? Even when, you probably think, oh, there's no connection there. Oh, honey, there's always a connection. Fibonacci sequence just popped in my head. The shell, the spiral of life, the flow of the eternal energies. Look up the Fibonacci sequence. That could be very significant. If you are an artist, let me tell you, the Fibonacci sequence can absolutely expand your horizons on how you look at art, okay? If you haven't learned about it yet. Although I believe artists would. Now, architects and scientists, you should look at that as well, because that is the flow of nature. And it is always flawless, and it is always infinite. Okay, red bear. So red bear could be significant for somebody. The bear, it could also be, my nose is itching. So yeah, it could be a team, like the Bears or the Red Bears, we were the Red Devils in high school. What's up? Yeah, we were the Red Devils. I was a cheerleader for those who didn't know. Go team. But I quit that because the coach was really rude and really mean, and she really hated me, and she definitely hated that her boys loved me. I was such good friends with her sons, and I loved all three of them equally. And it was platonic, which is, I think, something that she couldn't understand. She thought I was coming for her son, and she didn't approve of me. So I was like, no, that's cool. Bye. I'm going to go play tennis. So I stayed in tennis all 4 years. And tennis, oh, you guys. Yes. Just releasing onto the ball. Serving is a pain in the butt, though. Learning is that first step. The first step's the hardest. Oh, I'm getting a song. Sheryl Crow. The first cut is the deepest? The first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know. The first cut is the deepest. That's the only part I'm getting. So there's something about the first, that initial sting. When I'm seeing someone hammering a nail and they accidentally hit their thumb, that initial impact hurts the most. But as that passes and it is no longer being inflicted by whatever caused it, it dissipates. So there's something, it's like ripping off, thank you. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. So there's something here that okay, I feel like there's something here for somebody about ripping off a Band-Aid and just doing it. Whether that's with yourself or someone in your environment is going to be different for everybody. I'm going to shuffle these because I feel like it and I like it. And I'm going to focus on this to see what else I channel for you guys. So we got the moth already, the red bear. Red bear is so random too. So this, yes, the color red. The color red and orange. So, if that resonates for you, it could be correlated to the chakras, which would be the root chakra and the sacral. Okay, so red and orange. Or maybe those colors are just significant for whatever reason for you. Maybe you're seeing those colors everywhere. That could also be another sign. I did look up the spiritual meaning or significance of a moth, and there was one thing that stood out, was what has been hidden from you will be revealed. So I feel like if you are hesitating about ripping that Band-Aid off, there's going to be a moment, is the best, a moment in time that is going to be like the rip off of the Band-Aid. And it's going to flow seamlessly. You're just going to do whatever it is that you've been feeling called to do. And you're not coming from a malicious place. It's just like, okay, that's it. This could have been a long time coming because it's the snail, right? Snails are very, very slow. Yes. But they are smart if you think about it, because the entire time they're moving, they're leaving a trail for themselves, right? They know where they've come. They know their entire path. Let yourself stand out and be noticed. Peacock. Baby, listen. No matter what, no matter how you try to act, no matter how you try to think, you're always going to be the same unique soul that God created you to be. And that is beautiful and perfect. You were made to be how you are for a reason, and anyone who cannot accept that, it's projecting. It's more a reflection of stuff going on within them than it is of you. You need to really be looking within at yourself and not worry about the projections of others. You do not have to be perfect all the time, because it's being shown to me. It emphasized like my hand. There was like a glow around my hand. It was weird. My nail broke, right? And look how that looks here. Dark. Sorry, that was probably a little inappropriate. I didn't mean to do that, y'all. There we go. This is better. But do you see it? Because I'm not as close. I really can't see it, you guys. And I don't want these on all the time because I do have slight astigmatism. So I then can't see the cards as well up close with my glasses on because they're not fucking bifocals. You know what I'm saying? And I knew it would happen eventually because my mom. But like... it just came out of nowhere, like literally, you don't even see it starting. Like it's just there one day and you're just like, oh, I can't see that. I could see it before. Oh my gosh. There's something in your environment that used to really, really, I feel like the heck out of you. And it has just become something that you have accepted, not because you wanted to accept it, but because you felt defeated in some way, shape, or form. That is cycling back now for you to look at and make that decision again. Trust that you see me holding it back. Oh man. Trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. Camels store water in their humps, right? And the reason that they can do that is so that they can make those long treks through the desert, yes? And not die. Like, horses don't last as long in the desert. That's why you don't see them using horses over there. You can use them if you're within a city where there's water, but if you're going out into the thick of it, into the vastness of a desert, right? You're not going to take a horse. You're going to take a camel. And you're still going to take water, right? Like, you're going to be prepared for your journey. This fear is not coming from you. Someone needs to hear that. This fear is not coming from you. This fear is coming from someone around you. You're not afraid, honey. You're not afraid. You know what you want. And you're not afraid to like go after whatever this is. But someone around you, whenever you talk about something, there's something that is like, I'm feeling like something like a vibration, like the frequency within them shifts whenever you talk about something. And it's making you pull back from talking about whatever that is, from expressing whatever it is you're trying to express. That's what's holding you back. But you need to push past that. Say what you need to say. There's a song. It goes, no, that's what do you want from me? But I'm getting say what you need to say. Maybe you're thinking both. Maybe that's why it came in that way. There's something you just wish somebody would say, but they're not saying, and it's leaving you confused. Like, you know how in the cartoons they like give them the little derpy faces and the weird like spiral eyes or the spiral above their head, showing that they're like it's like shell shock. This is shell shock. And to anybody who's actually had that, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like. It's the term that's been used in typical conversation to make events relatable to people who don't understand. Okay? Because that is real. Okay. The blue heron. Make a stand. Didn't I tell you? Like, express yourself. Yeah. How are you repressing? That means holding back, dimming down, toning down who you really are. Are you a 20 bracelets on each arm, girl? Are you these don't fit me there. That one's too big, but I want to wear it there anyways. We're just going to put 2 on one finger for now. That one doesn't go there. I'll put it over here. That one's a little snug there. I don't want it there. Are you a 20 rings girl like I am? And then you literally sit there and play about where you're actually even going to put them before you make a solid decision. Look, I still have my engagement ring, y'all, and I do still wear it. And some people think that's really weird, but like, it's my ring. I fucking picked it out. I literally picked this ring out from all the rings in the store. This was the one I wanted. And it's more like an engagement to me. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hold any sort of like depressing or attachment to it. Like, yeah, sure, I could take it and get it smelted, but it's a really pretty ring, and they don't make gold in this high quality anymore because, where's the gold going? That's my question. Where has all the gold gone? Where's the gold? Where's the silver? Where are the genuine artifacts? Careful, Maria, with what you say. Nope. I'm gonna call it like I see it. Anyways, what is it about you that you are repressing, right? What are you someone who's always been told, Sit down, be still, you know? Shut up, stay quiet. You know, what is it that about you that has been put on mute? This could be that thing that used to make you because it was a part of you that somebody was wanting you to repress because it made them uncomfortable in some way. Or if this was a parent and this is like childhood and you like to jump and play a lot, maybe you want to be a gymnast or something like that, right? Or maybe you just like to bounce around like a little monkey, and that wasn't allowed. That part of you that loved to move, that loved to jump, was repressed. And you could be feeling a lot of antsiness, like you could be shifting a lot in your seat, and you could be feeling like weird achy feelings in the groin region. Obviously, always get checked out if you feel called to by your medical provider. I'm just speaking energetically here. But it's like a feeling of dis-ease, you know, like, like you need to move. Honey, move. You make your own decisions for you. This temple is yours to take care of. As a matter of fact, you should be, right? And we can all take better care of ours. And look at her pot calling the kettle with her fat ass trying to tell me what to do. Listen, listen, baby. I've been on all aspects of the spectrum when it comes to my weight. There's not a damn thing anybody can say to me about that I haven't already said to myself 1,000 times crueler than what they could ever imagine. Let me just tell you that right there, okay? But being a bully never gets you anywhere. It doesn't fix anything. It just creates more blockages, right? So you could be dealing with a bully, or maybe you've been a bully and you're trying to change. Well, you need to see, how was it that you were bullied first? Maybe there's something you didn't remember. Boar at the bottom. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage. You will emerge victorious. You would think a boar, right? You look at a pig and you don't think, what's that thing gonna do to me? Do you not know what they're capable of? Maybe you should look up what a boar can do. There's a reason why Aragorn said that spear could have skewered a wild boar. You should be dead. Yeah, this very much feels like there's someone who, like, I'm seeing like someone do on a light, like, right, like the candle, and like you light your candle, right? You light your candle. There you are. Joy to the world. My life has come. Right? And I'm seeing somebody, I'm doing this to protect myself. I'm not being gross, y'all. It's my spit. And they're coming in and they're putting out your light. They're trying to snuff out your light, right? Take that however it resonates. We're going to relight it because now the wick's not going to be as long and I need it to like do its thing. Melt it a little bit. I want a blowtorch. Anyways. That would be so cool. Metal sculptures, holy crap, you get to use a blowtorch, that would be cool. But you get cuts as well, so no, not my thing, but they're beautiful. Anyways, and see, and that's how you learn things are for you, right? How do situations that you put yourself in, how do they make you feel? I'm feeling this card right here. So how do situations that you're in make you feel? When you, everywhere that you go, everything that you do, everyone that you speak to, everything that you experience, how does all, check in with you. Check in with you. Is there anything, and if you're loud and you ask, like me, right? I was always being told to shut up as a kid. I'm sorry, I'm not shutting up. That's also why my mother would always say, si es muda revienta. You know, like, oh, if she were, if she couldn't speak, she would explode. Yeah, I would have. Because I didn't stand for injustice. If you knew how much, like, yeah, listen. I don't judge. I cannot stand people that try to teach you that we are not supposed to judge, but all they do is criticize and judge and criticize and judge. Okay, stop projecting that criticism and judgment. Internalize it. See how it feels when you have to deal with the words that you're giving to everybody else. How does it feel if you have to deal with being heard that way? Somebody here is a bully and you need to learn it. Somebody here, you run your mouth, you say things, you think you're just saying the truth, but what you're doing is you're hurting people. You're hurting people and you're putting the wall up higher. I'm seeing someone adding bricks. You're making the wall higher. You are blocking these connections with genuine people, and it's creating blocks for them. So I'm seeing like a wall being started on their side because of the wall that you have. So you need to do massive introspection. Someone here, you're gonna get mad, that's fine, whatever. We all gotta learn stuff. Yeah, Spider. Trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. Instead of taking whatever makes you feel negative things, think of those negative things and then what happens? Are you a lyricist? Do lyrics start coming to mind? Do you start writing a new song when you're going through something and you're processing? Are you a poet? Do you start writing? Lyricists are just poets, right? They just choose to sing their words. They're bards. Then you have people who they love being in that energy of using the strength of their body. So they could be like a blacksmith or a bodybuilder, something that really, really utilizes the full intensity of their strength. Whatever that is for you, whatever it is for you, however you choose to transmute the energy, keep flowing with that. The more things come up, do that more. That's why you see sometimes some people, they don't go to the gym as often. There's something about it there that it's pushing them another direction. Maybe what it's pushing them to go do is to go hiking instead, or maybe it's cycling. Maybe they just like riding a bike and getting out and away from everything, but going fast enough to where nothing can approach them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't interrupt somebody who's riding a bike. You just say, hey, and you let them go. Somebody who's walking, you could try to stop them. Even somebody who's running, you could try to like see if they'll stop. And then if they feel bad, then they do. And then their run is messed up. And it's because they're like, oh, great, I don't want to be rude. Well, sometimes you got to be rude. Sometimes you've got to be rude because it's a necessity. Chimpanzee. Monkeys could be significant to somebody. Use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your questions. Right, like monkeys, they're very much like us, like humans, right? And there are even those who think that we came from apes. They problem solve. They learn how to do that. I mean, you see videos all the time. They're teaching monkeys how to shoot guns and wield knives and stuff, but then they're also teaching them like solve puzzles and Rubik's cubes and all sorts of other stuff, go into space, drive cars, like it's crazy, They're testing the limits of their intelligence and of their comprehension. Because it's not just being intelligent, it's the comprehension. Can you comprehend the knowledge you are being given? This is weird. I feel like this is multiple messages for multiple people coming through in one video. And it's kind of weird. I've never felt this before. I'm going to finish with the things that we got here. So 71 was really standing out. So 71, you could be born in 71. How old would that make you now? 10 years older than me. 70. So that could make you 53 at this time. Specifically November of 71. Yeah. Anyways, that was all the stuff I had there. Yeah, you're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention to what's going on. You know the saying, a mouse card, by the way, that saying that sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. It's because you're so involved in whatever it is that seeing the bigger picture is almost impossible. This is why they don't let um certain like cases go to certain officers and detectives because of the attachment level that would be involved in their job as an officer of the enforcing the law, right? The law is what? It's justice is what it's supposed to be. That fairness, that balance, do no harm, but also stand your ground, right? And they're supposed to be the enforcers of those rules. So if they're too involved, like if it's a family member was involved, then they wouldn't be allowed to be on that case, right? um because they wouldn't have the perspective they need. So I feel like you right now don't have the perspective that you need. You know what you're feeling, but now use your intellect to figure out why it is that you're picking up on these feelings. Yes. Ah, yeah, something needs to be switched up because my deck was flipped. Every time this happens, it's because something needs to be switched up. The period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. The Penguin. I do tend to look at any of the ones that are all these are fine. If it's too many, like a bunch like this, I don't look at them, but wherever it's just one or maybe two, I will do it. Let's put these in here. These all, yeah. Bear with me, guys. I don't like my decks being all messed up like this. You're a lot tougher than you think you are. Whatever you're afraid of, you have nothing to fear. Have you ever seen a Wolverine fight? Just think of the Marvel character. Is it Marvel? Yes. Wolverine. Dude can't even be taken down by putting one between the eyes, as they say. Because in one of the movies, his adamantium skeleton that was laid over his skeleton because of his unique regenerative abilities, he was the only one that could withstand the torture it would take to have such a powerful exoskeleton put directly onto the skeleton, which protects all of the vital parts of them or whatever, right? And then not only that, the parts that are exposed still regenerate so quickly that he might go down, but he doesn't stay down, is what I'm getting at. So even if you go through something and man, it's a doozy, you're gonna be fine. You will recover from it. You will be reborn again. Now's the time for deep emotional healing. Yeah, I really feel like that there's something you need to look at. There's something you need to look at with how you're handling what's being projected at you. There's something out of balance in your life. There's something you need to look at. Do whatever you need to do to correct it, right? If you need to get away from people for a while, that's perfectly fine. We have the right to do that, right? We have the right to do whatever we want to do so long as we are not hurting anybody around us and, you know, we're being fair with what we do. Okay, that was it. That's crazy. I feel like the story's been said. Everyone's heard what they need to hear. I'm gonna go now to the portion that whoever this is maybe dealing with a relationship. So if it did not resonate as a love type relationship, or we'll see if it's family. I mean, if you want to stick around, go ahead. But I'm specifically looking right now for more information for those who this is a romantic relationship, because I know it could be for some people. This could be in a relationship where you could have compromised so much of yourself in the beginning of the relationship because you really love this person and you really wanted to make them happy, that you weren't even realizing there were parts of you that you were compromising that were not non-issues, like the opposite of that, like a big issue. Like this is non-compromisable, if that's even a word. Healing heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. I told you I was picking up on it. There's something here about yourself. You have, in some way, shape, or form, you have like, yeah, I'm seeing like somebody creating this like heart out of paper and, you know, stuff, like gluing things together. And then they just sit there and they start ripping it up themselves. There are parts of yourself that you have done that to for someone else, but all you've been doing is altering the beautiful soul that you are into something that you're not. And none of us can stay that way for long. Yes, energy is fluid and we can all shift and flow as freely as we want, but at some point we must come back to center. Kisses. Unconditionally loving, giving, and receiving affection. Falling in love. Ask yourself, why did you fall in love with this person? Why did I fall in love with them? What was it about them that I was drawn to? Okay, cool. List those things as you're doing them. Only allow yourself to focus on those things. And on another sheet of paper, entirely separate, that you can put where you cannot be staring at it. Whenever something negative comes up, I want you to pull that other sheet out and write that. And then tuck it away and focus on the positives again. Why did I fall in love with this person? Have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation. Okay? For somebody here who stuck around, this is you getting back out there, loving yourself enough to accept that you deserve to be happy and that you deserve to be able to be yourself at all times. And this is the first time you are setting out on this journey with this mindset. And that's beautiful. It's beautiful. And yeah, it can be scary, but you are that Wolverine. Yeah, talking. Yeah, don't be afraid of talking to people, okay? For some of you, you could already be in separation. And in this period of separation, you've been healing yourself and you've really been looking at things. And this is, I'm seeing two people coming together to have the talk. Like, are we going to stay separated or are we going to like get back together? I'm seeing people have that talk. For those who are, how is this talk going? How's it going to go? Hand of cards. And the Ace of Hearts is on it, obviously. It's a love deck. Take a chance. Risk. Be strategic. Options. But don't show your hand, right? Yeah, you can give, obviously you can give anybody second, third, fourth, fifth, thousandth chances, right? But if you're always telling them like exactly where you're at, they're going to know exactly how to play you. They know what they've done. You've already told them. They know what happened. You've already told them. You've already had these talks 1,000 times over. You need to say nothing more than, I'm willing to see how things go. And if at any time something comes up to me that is a deal breaker, then I'm out. Or don't even say that. Maybe just think it. Keep it to yourself. And you could literally just say, I have nothing else to say on the issue. Just that I'm willing, but I want to take it slow. And let's see how things go. Okay? You don't have to explain anything. They didn't separation at the bottom, right? They didn't explain to you. I feel like this is for somebody where they left and now they want to come back. They didn't give you any explanation when they left, right? You don't have to give them any explanation about the chance you're giving them. Maybe you don't want to go straight into a relationship, but you're telling them, let's start just hanging out again first to see how it goes. That's perfectly fair, right? If you want to be my lover, You got to get with my friends, and I am my best friend. At least you should definitely be your own best friend. And if you're not, then work on that before you do anything else. Right. You need to see first, keep your passions within, and see how you align with each other, right? When you have conversations, how the conversations flow. And for someone, if you're going to give somebody a chance, you cannot be focusing on the past the entire time. You cannot be throwing it in their face. That does not work. Doesn't matter what they did, how bad it was. If you take somebody back, you're acknowledging, yes, this happened. Yes, it was the worst thing you could ever do to me, or the worst thing you could ever say, or whatever. But I'm choosing to attempt to move forward and get to know the person that you are now. Who have you become since this ended? Right? And then they get to see who you've become as well. And then both of you have to make, again, a decision. Being in love, being together forever, isn't about finding somebody who's just perfect. No, it's about finding somebody that no matter what comes up, no matter what happens, you're choosing them. You're like, oh, yeah, no. Right? That way, when you look at all of your options, you can never hold it against somebody that you didn't even consider the option. Well, I didn't even think about having this job because I knew you didn't want to this, that, or the other, right? Well, I never even considered this because of that, and you, do you see where you put up all the blocks? We ourselves put up all of the blocks. Yeah. The sword and the rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. Whatever was the thorn in your side, like those are being removed. They're being cut away. You're going to see whatever it is that you need to see. Now, for those who the other ones in the relationship, the ones who are actually together right now, what about them? Thank you. Ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. Yeah, your relationship could be deepening. Like something could happen that you, for some reason, one of you may think it's like a deal breaker in some way, shape, or form, but instead it brings about this deep healing that brings your relationship to another level. And that's beautiful. All right, guys, I can't see how long we've been going, even if I put these on because it's so tiny. But I love you. I hope this helped. If it resonated, give me a thumbs up. Share it with anybody that you feel might need to hear something that was said in this video. Maybe if the way I explained something that helps you understand it, maybe show whoever it is that you're trying to explain that to, show them how I explained it and see if that helps them, It really helps to get the video circulating. And again, I really am trying to grow my channel. I would love to be able to go live and stuff. And I think I might be adding different types of content on here as well instead of just the readings. But I have really enjoyed it be just readings so far. So we'll see. I haven't decided yet. Just like you haven't decided. We all have decisions to make. Good luck on yours. I truly wish you nothing but clarity and truth on your path to whatever destination it is that you seek. May you find everything that you need to bring that peace within and without, as above, so below. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.